Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I brought you some sweet treats, cranberry and orange flavored beignets. Super easy and delicious. Please get notified before we get started, subscribe and like. This is the ingredients that we're gonna need. We'll start with some lukewarm water and some dry active yeast. And then we'll add our sugar, just a couple of tablespoons. We'll mix it up and you gotta let it sit 5 minutes for it to get activated before you start adding ingredients. And then right there you saw we added our eggs, some flour, and some vanilla extract for flavoring. And then I'm going to also add some nutmeg and some cinnamon, of course, just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. And then add your flour. So this is going to be a really wet dough. Do not be afraid when you get done. So I used 1 cup of water and 2 cups total of all-purpose flour. The dough is really wet. Right now we're not done. I'm just going to zest some oranges. This is what gives it that nice orange flavor before we add the remainder of the flour. And then we're going to add some sugar and melted butter. The butter is very important. It's what's going to make the dough really nice and soft. And then we'll just continue adding the remainder of the flour. So right there you see it is a really wet dough. So it's a little it's gonna be a little bit crazy, but this is what we want. So we just added our dry milk powder and I just added a couple of tablespoons on there. That's the 3rd tablespoon. And that's it. Our dough is finished. You see how wet it is? It looks really wet, really sticky, but that's what we want. And then now we're going to fold in our dried cranberries, cran raisins, whatever you want to call them. It makes this dough so sweet, so tasty when you take a bite into it. Oh my goodness, you guys. And I added a total of 3/4 of a cup of the cran raisins. And right there, I'm just taking the remainder of the dough. So right there, you see, that's exactly what we want. Add some oil to it before we let the dough rise. And this dough will rise, depending on the temperature of your kitchen, it'll take about an hour to rise. You see, it has doubled in size. So we're just gonna shape it into a nice ball before we divide it up. You're going to want to flour your surface, but not too much. While I'm working on it, you can tell it's still sticky, but it's all right. And that's exactly what we want. So we just start by cutting it in half and then cutting that half in half. And that's it. You see, as I'm working, you can tell it's really sticky, but it's okay. The stickier, the better. That's exactly what we want. So now it's very easy. That's it. We're just going to take a rolling pin and I keep flouring it because again, it gets sticky and you don't want to add too much flour. So you just add enough for it not to be sticky. And that's it. The beauties about these beignets, there is no method to the madness. Like you're just cutting it in shapes that you feel good about. That's it. They don't have to be equal shapes. They don't even have to look alike. These are going to be cousins. They don't even have to be brother and sisters. Just let them be cousins. That's enough. You see, some are big, some are small, but that's the beauty of it. It just looks very nice and rustic when you're done with it. So that's it. We're just going to finish cutting it up. And this dough stores really nicely. As you saw that day, I only did half of the batch, right? The other half, I just ball it up really nicely and then wrap it up and store it in my fridge for the next day. The next day, I'll take it out, fry it again. So now you see I'm frying them. You want to fry it at medium heat so it'll get nice and crispy. You see nice and golden brown, and then just toss it in powdered sugar, and that is it. When you're done, plate it up. I just cut some little orange wedges and threw some cranberries on the top for presentations. Look at that. Delicious. You got to try this, you guys. Thank you for watching.